really how do we govern all of these things, right? So if we think about controls, and we've been talking about controls a lot over the past several months, both internally but also with our clients. And I think really the big thing is that the traditional kind of business process controls and ITGCs in some cases do apply, but largely do not. And I think really the lens right now for AI is really more of the lens around governance. So how are we governing the data that AI is using? How are we governing the agents, to your point, and that configuration and logic as code to really make sure that between the data, between the logic as code, and between the actual agent that's been built, how are those three basically interacting in a way that is safe, secure, both from a end user point of view, but also from a cybersecurity and data point of view to really make sure we're achieving that outcome. And I think that's a big piece that again, as the use cases of AI continue to evolve and the adoption of AI continues to quicken, I think really it's important for companies to really focus on that governance aspect rather than trying to retrofit governance into the
Yeah.
process later.
Yeah, and like especially in those situations where environments are much less mature within the process, we've seen organizations kind of give access to agents or allow different types of users to generate whatever agents that they want. And we've been really focused on, yeah, you can develop that agent, you can build it out, you can grant that access, but it's got to be able to follow your access controls. And at the same time, we need to be able to audit that agent and validate that that agent is doing its appropriate thing. And so developing agents as code is really a path that we've been going down as well, where we've been, obviously kind of building the agent, but then making sure that the configuration, the different types of evaluation checks that go on when the agent is being used and or as it's being deployed, the knowledge bases that it has access to, the various other tools that it also has access to that's all as code so that we can then audit it and then make sure that it's deployed the same way every single time. And so we've really kind of built in like a DevOps or some people call it a DevSecOps pipeline for those agents too, so that we can deploy them effectively and safely every single time. And then also grant access to those agents um, with like a very fine tooth comb by setting up lots of different types of access groups based upon the different use cases and the different end user groups that need access to those particular agents too.